She called my bleeding service dog a monster in public. I showed the police the body cam. The sudden, high-pitched yapping sounded like a toy siren malfunctioning, cutting through the ambient hum of the grocery store refrigerators. I stopped in the middle of the produce aisle, my hand hovering over a bag of spinach. Beside me, Scout, my 3-year-old golden retriever, didn't even twitch. He remained in a perfect downstay, his amber eyes fixed on me, waiting for the command to move. Scout isn't a pet. He isn't an emotional support animal. He is a lifeline. He is a fully trained medical alert service dog who detects when my blood pressure drops dangerously low before I pass out. Without him, a trip to the store could end in an ambulance. I glanced toward the entrance. A woman was wrestling a shopping cart with one hand and clutching a leash with the other. At the end of the leash, straining against a harness that looked 3 sizes too big, was a Chihuahua. It was trembling, barking maniacally at a stack of apples, and lunging at anyone who walked by. But what made my stomach tighten wasn't the noise. It was the vest. The dog was wearing a bright red vest with "Service Dog" emblazoned on the side in bold, white letters. It looked brand new. It looked cheap. And it looked exactly like the ones you can buy on Amazon for $20 without providing a single shred of medical documentation. "Easy, baby, easy," the woman cooed, scooping the dog up and placing it directly into the child seat of the cart, a health code violation that made me cringe. "They're just jealous of you." I tried to ignore her. I focused on my breathing. Stress triggers my condition, and the last thing I needed was to faint next to the kale. "Leave it," I whispered to Scout, though he hadn't moved a muscle. He knew the drill. Focus. Ignore distractions. The woman turned her cart down our aisle. The Chihuahua saw Scout. It went ballistic. It launched itself against the side of the cart, snapping its teeth, a ball of uncontrolled aggression. "Oh, look," the woman said, stopping right in front of us. "He wants to say hi. He loves big dogs." "Please keep your distance," I said, stepping between Scout and the cart. "He's working." "He's working," she scoffed. She looked Scout up and down. "He's just lying there. My Bella is a service dog too. She's alert. She's protecting me." "Ma'am, your dog is aggressive," I said, my voice tight. "Please move along." "Don't tell me what to do," she snapped. She reached into the cart and, for reasons I will never understand, picked the dog up again. "It's a free country. Bella, go say hi." She leaned down. She actually leaned down to put her growling dog face to face with mine. It happened in a split second. The Chihuahua squirmed out of her grip. It hit the floor. It didn't hesitate. It lunged. It latched onto Scout's ear. Scout yelped, a sharp, pained sound that broke my heart. But he didn't fight back. He didn't bite. He pulled his head away, trying to create distance, trying to follow his training even while being assaulted. Blood splattered onto the white tile floor. Bright red drops against the sterile linoleum. "Get it off!" I shouted, grabbing the Chihuahua's leash. The woman screamed. It was a sound that shattered the air. "He attacked my baby," she shrieked. "That big dog attacked my baby." I stared at her. My hand was on her dog's collar, pulling it away from Scout, who was now bleeding freely from a jagged tear in his ear. "Your dog bit mine." I yelled back. "Look at the blood." He provoked her, the woman yelled, scooping her dog up and clutching it to her chest like a victim. He looked at her threateningly. "I'm calling the police. I'm suing this store. How dare you allow dangerous animals in here?" A crowd was forming. People were pulling out phones. "Sir," a store manager ran up, looking panicked. "What happened?" "He attacked us," the woman cried, forcing out fake tears. "Look at my poor baby. She's traumatized." The manager looked at Scout. He looked at the blood on the floor. He looked at me. "Sir, you need to leave," the manager said. "We can't have aggressive dogs in the store." Aggressive? I pointed at Scout. He was sitting. Bleeding. Shaking slightly, but sitting. He hadn't barked once. He hadn't growled. He was looking at me, waiting for a command, waiting for reassurance. "My dog is a service animal," I said, my voice trembling with rage. He was in a downstay. Her dog lunged at him. "Look at the wound." "I don't care," the woman interrupted. "He's a monster. Get him out before he kills someone." She was winning. She was loud. She was playing the victim. And in the court of public opinion, the person screaming the loudest usually gets the attention. But she made a mistake. She forgot that we live in a surveillance state. And she definitely didn't know about the little black box strapped to Scout's harness. "Manager," I said, taking a deep breath to steady my heart rate. "Before you kick me out, I think you should see something." I pointed to Scout's back. Right between his shoulder blades, mounted securely on his tactical harness, was a Gopro. The red light was blinking. "He wears a body cam," I said. "For exactly this reason. And it's been recording since we left the car." The woman froze. Her eyes flicked to the camera on Scout's back. The fake tears stopped instantly. "You can't record me," she hissed. "That's illegal. That's an invasion of privacy." "We are in a public grocery store, ma'am," I said, pulling out my phone. The GoPro links wirelessly to an app. I can view the footage instantly. There is no expectation of privacy here. And besides, you just accused my dog of assault. This is evidence. "I don't care about your video," she shouted, backing away. "It's probably edited. You people do that. You twist things." "I haven't even touched it yet," I said. I tapped the screen. The video loaded. The manager leaned in. The footage was clear. It was a dog's eye view. We were standing still. Scout's paws were visible on the floor, motionless. The audio picked up my breathing. Then, the woman's voice. "Bella, go say hi." Then the lunge. The blur of brown fur. The snap of teeth. The yelp. At no point did Scout move toward her. At no point did he growl. The manager straightened up. He looked at the woman. His expression shifted from panic to stern disapproval. "Ma'am," the manager said. "That video clearly shows your dog initiating the attack." "It's a deep fake," she screamed. "He altered it. My dog is a service animal. She is federally registered." She reached into her purse and pulled out a card. It was laminated. It had a gold seal and a QR code. It said United States Service Dog Registry. "See," she waved it in the manager's face. "She has rights. You can't touch us." "I'm calling the police," I said. "Go ahead," she challenged. "I'll tell them you harassed a disabled woman." The police arrived 10 minutes later. 2 officers. They looked tired. "Okay, who bit who?" the first officer asked, looking at the blood on the floor, which a clerk was now mopping up. "His beast attacked my service dog," the woman started immediately. "I want him arrested." "Officer," I said calmly. "My dog is the one bleeding. And I have video of the entire incident." I showed them the footage. I showed them the wound on Scout's ear. It was deep. It needed stitches. The officer looked at the woman. "Ma'am, is this your dog?" "Yes. She's a service animal." "What task is she trained to perform?" the officer asked. It's the only 2 questions businesses or police are allowed to ask under the ADA. 1. Is the dog a service animal required because of a disability? 2. What work or task has the dog been trained to perform? The woman blinked. She comforts me. She helps with my anxiety. She's an emotional support dog. Emotional support animals do not have public access rights in grocery stores, the officer said. Only service animals trained to perform specific tasks. Comfort is not a task. She alerts me, the woman pivoted. She barks when I'm stressed. She was barking at the apples, ma'am, the manager interjected. We have security footage of her barking at customers in the parking lot for 10 minutes before she came inside. The second officer had been running the woman's ID. He walked over. Ma'am, we also scanned your dog's microchip, he said. It's registered to a Debbie Smith. Is that you? Yes. The chip registration lists the animal as a teacup companion pet. No service dog designation. And the registry card you showed us? That website is a scam site that sells certificates for $50. It has no legal standing. The woman's face went pale. I bought it so I could bring her in. I can't leave her in the car. It's hot. It's 60 degrees outside, I said. So you admit the dog is not a trained service animal, the first officer asked. I needed to shop, she wailed. Why are you persecuting me? Ma'am, the officer said, pulling out his citation book. In this state, misrepresenting a pet as a service animal is a misdemeanor. It's a crime. You are being cited for that. You are also being cited for failure to control a dangerous animal. And he looked at Scout. He looked at the blood. Because this dog is a legitimate, working service animal, he pointed at Scout, interfering with or injuring him is a separate offense. It's called interference with a service animal. It carries a heavy fine and potential jail time. Jail? The woman shrieked. For a dog fight? It wasn't a fight, I said. It was an attack. My dog didn't fight back. Because he's trained not to. You need to get that ear looked at, the officer told me. Take him to the vet. Send the bill to us. We will attach it to her restitution order. I'm not paying for his mutt, she yelled. You are, the officer said. Or we will see you in court. The manager stepped forward. And ma'am, you are banned from this store. Permanently. Please leave. She stormed out, carrying her service dog, muttering about lawyers and discrimination. I took Scout to the emergency vet. 4 stitches. Antibiotics. $600. I sent the bill to the prosecutor's office. But I didn't stop there. I uploaded the footage. I posted it to my TikTok. I posted it to Reddit. Real service dog versus fake service dog, the difference training makes. It went viral overnight. 5 million views. The comments were brutal. People identified the registry site she used. They identified the breed. They identified the entitlement. 2 days later, I got a call from the prosecutor. Mr. Last name, she said. We've reviewed the footage. We are adding a charge. Oh. Animal cruelty, she said. The way she was handling that dog, dragging it, putting it in a cart, and putting it in a situation where it felt the need to attack. That's negligence. We're petitioning to have the animal removed from her care. Good, I said. That dog deserves better. The woman, Debbie, tried to fight it. She showed up to court with a lawyer who tried to argue that my video was an invasion of privacy. The judge laughed. You were in a grocery store, the judge said. And you made a scene. There is no privacy when you are screaming at a disabled man. She was ordered to pay the vet bill. She was fined $1,000 for the fake service dog representation. And she was ordered to attend responsible pet ownership classes. Scout healed. His ear has a little notch in it now, a battle scar. But he's back to work. He still alerts me before I faint. He still lies perfectly still in the produce aisle. Sometimes, people ask about the scar. What happened to him, they ask. He met a fake, I say. And then I tap the camera on his back. But don't worry, I tell them. We have the receipts. So, tell me. Am I the monster for pressing criminal charges against a woman who just wanted to shop with her pet, or did she just get bitten by the law she tried to ignore?
If you have made it this far and want to see more videos like this, then kindly subscribe and turn on notifications so you may never miss another story like this.